Good evening, hello and welcome to Frugal Outdoors with myself, Dylan. And as you can see, obviously we're out fishing tonight. We've just missed high tide, so we're actually fishing the ebb down to the bottom of the tide and then back up for a few hours. But we're fishing Fort Victoria. Nice deep water venue. It's daylight, so there's definitely a chance that we can get a bream. Hopefully it won't be too snaggy, hopefully there won't be too strong a tide because it is quite a small tide. But yeah, I'm really excited. So I've got plenty of bait. I've got some black lug, got some joey mackerel, some sardines and some squid. So we've got plenty of variety, got loads of different rigs to try. And I've got a rod as well. It's not my rod, I haven't bought a new rod, but I have got a rod to try out. So I'll show you that in a little while. But yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. The conditions look really good. There's no one else here, probably because it's the wrong tide. But you know what? This is when I can come fishing. And I really wanted to get another bream, so let's give it a go. Let's get set up and see what we can catch. So I hope you enjoy this one. And yeah, I really do appreciate you stopping by. Right, so here it is. So Nobby at Slamfish Isle of Wight down in Odessa's boatyard has kindly lent me the Zolkron XT435 Superlight. Now he's been badgering me for ages to have a go with this, and as the name suggests, it is really quite light. I imagine it's still pretty powerful, and it's going to be perfect for fishing somewhere like here because we've got a bit of a tide. The other rods for me are a little bit heavy. You know, I'm not a big caster or anything like that. The XT stands for Extreme Tournament, but I'm certainly no tournament caster, not a big caster at all. But being as this is set up for fixed ball and multi, it means really I should be able to get a lead out there. Don't have to cast very far here today anyway, so I'm not gonna have no practice whatsoever. We're just gonna chuck it straight out. But you can see there, the whipping is stunning on it. Lovely blue whipping. Lovely decals. I do like the Zolkron logo, it's pretty cool. And it's got 190 gram casting weight, so 14/4, so it's a little bit longer than what I usually use. I did used to have 14 foot rods, but now I'm down to a 13/6. I do find it being a bit shorter. For me, I find it a little bit easier. But Nobby has reassured me that I should be able to chuck a lead pretty far with this, so let's give it a go anyway. Now I must confess, I did fish here last weekend on the Saturday morning, and I got into loads of bream, and I had a 2.7 pound. What a donkey bream. I'm going to drop the photo in now because a gentleman kindly took a picture because after recording for what I thought was about an hour and a half, I realised that I didn't actually push record. So unfortunately I didn't get any of it on camera, which is really quite frustrating. It's probably a bit short, that. Yeah, so he kindly took a picture for me and then promptly came down the next day and caught quite a few bream himself, so really chuffed about that. See, I'm hoping there's still a couple here, and if I do get into one tonight, as has been requested by quite a few people, I will do a catch and cook with one. And today I'm going to pair that rod up with my heavier of the two Daiwas because we're going to be fishing some tide today. So I'm going to pair that up with my Tournament Pro Surf, which is a great rod, really light. In fact, I've put the reel on, which is a shame. Could have done a comparison. Let's put the reel on. Yeah, so comparatively, actually, they're very similar. This being slightly heavier, the Zolkron, but I would imagine, I mean, it is nearly a foot longer as well, so a lot of that is going to be in the butt. Right, so rigs this evening. Well, actually, let's have a look at the bait. Got some awesome looking joeys. This is all from Slamfish. Some sardines. A pack of C6 squid. And I've got a couple of wraps of black lug for later, because you never know. Black lug and squid, obviously preferred bait. Sometimes a preferred bait, certainly in certain places, for codling. And you never know, there's been plenty showing up further down the coast. No reason why we might not get into one tonight. But what we're going to do first off is I'm just going to chuck out a little scratching rig, which is what we got on here. We've got size 2 hooks, and it's 15 pound snoods. Now I'm fishing with basically 3 rigs tonight. Later on I'm going to fish with a dongle, with a 60 pound and a 3.0. And I'm going to fish a pulley pennel, 60 pound and 3.0s again. All these rigs, and if you look in the description, there's a link and it will send you over to somewhere where you can purchase all of these rigs and a few other bits and pieces as well, which just helps get me out fishing. Right, so first off, I am actually going to fish with a 7-ounce gripper, just in case there's a bit of tide, which I know there's going to be, but more really just in case there's a bit of weed, and it means I can still fish through it. So the scratching rig's got some nice little beads on there, on the snoods. There we go. Perfect for whiting, perfect for pouting. I used them for fishing for pouting the other day, trying to catch some baits. But predominantly this year, obviously I've been using them for my bream rigs, and doing rather well. So yeah, the last session I was down here, I think I had 17 in total. And then very last cast, because it was time for me to go home, got into an absolute donkey, £2.7. I know there's bigger ones out there. I know many of you have probably had bigger ones, but my biggest so far is £2.10. Yeah, so to catch a £2.7 is my second biggest bream. So I was absolutely over the moon. They're so much fun to fish for, and to be honest with you, I'm going to be quite sad when they go. So just putting a reasonably decent piece of squid on, not using little strips today. Gonna hopefully try and target a couple of bigger ones, but we've probably got an hour, I reckon, before the light goes, and then we'll switch it up. So basically, that is my baited hook. I'm going to bait the other one and get it out there. So here we are then. First cast with this rod, and it's going to be with a bait on it and a 7-ounce gripper. Why not? Right, let's cast this one basically straight and then see what direction it goes, because fishing at Fort Victoria, it could go anywhere. Let's chuck it out there. Oh. What I really want to do is feel it hit the bottom pretty quick. It's still moving. Right, well that's one out. Still on the move. Let's see how that fares. Well, I think it stopped moving, but it's definitely swung round. I probably, to be honest, put it out a bit too far. Wanting to give it a bit of a whack because it's a new rod. I've probably put it too much in the tide. So this one, I'm going to keep it in a lot closer. Yes, totally settled. Nice. Right, let's get this other one baited. Thought I had a bite then. Let's get this other one baited and then get that one out as well. But like I said, we'll keep this one in a little bit closer. I feel like that's gone quite slack. Anyway, let's get this one out as well. Give this one a little bit of a shorter one. Oh, I tell you, okay. It's definitely in a bit closer, that one. It's at the bottom. There we go. Think we've got our first customer on the Zolcron already. Yeah. Why is that so heavy? feels really heavy. There's definitely something on there because I can feel it fighting. So got maybe a double shot. Oh, it's way out there. What have we got here? Oh. Have to watch that one. Still pulling round in the tide. Right, so that. Well, there we go. I really did not expect that. Nice smooth down, probably about, I don't know, 4 pound. Got to be probably about £4. But yeah, I really thought it was a bream, and then I thought that's heavy. It's got to be some weed on there. First chuck on that little scratching rig, and I managed to pull out a smooth hound. Awesome start to the session. October, we're like, I don't know what the date is, 8th or 9th of October. And there's still some reasonably decent smooth hounds around. So let's get this one back in and see if we can't get one of those bream. Do you know what, I'm gonna have a look at that. It's pulling line. And I don't think there's anything on there, but it might just be some weed. Yeah, it's strapped up, I can feel it. There we go. Again, like I've said before, this is a really deep water venue. So you have to reel like mad to get it up over the ledge. But I think there's a bit of weed out there, which ends up dragging your kit into the snags. Yeah, bit of weed. That's all right. Well, let's get these two rebaited and get them back out. Didn't even have a chance to get a third rig sorted, so rebait, reset, get them back out a little bit closer this time, because that tide is raging quite a bit. Right, let's get this one back out again then. There we go, can't believe that. First cast on the Zolkron, I've got a fish on it. I'm going to hit it very far. Leave out a belly of line, hopefully we can sort of up tide a little bit. Oops. Oh, I'm absolutely made up. So I've obviously set the drags now. There's a chance and an opportunity to get a couple of hounds. I really didn't think I'd be even a species being able to target tonight. But as you saw there, I only took a small piece of squid on a size 2 hook. So obviously couldn't bully it too much. I mean, it's just essentially, it's my bream rig really, scratching rig, but it's a bream rig really. Yeah, wicked. Like I say, as some of you know, I was selling rigs before on an online marketplace, but to be honest, the transaction fees and the listing fees were killing me. And Nobby kindly said I could put the rigs in the shop. So the rigs have been in Slamfish, but this online marketplace recently scrapped all seller fees for private sellers. So yeah, the rigs are now back on. I know a lot of you were buying them before, so now a lot of you will have the opportunity to buy them again. I don't know what just happened with that. Hopefully we can get a bream. Right, so let's try and... What is that about? Is that just because it's... Yeah, I think we got weed on that. I thought we had a bite then. Rod just swung right round. Yeah, that tide is really pulling. I mean, it's just quite a smallish tide tonight. So I imagine in the next hour or so it will chill out a bit. I don't know what's going on with that. It's really difficult to tell because there's a bit of weed in the water and there's a lot of tide pull. It's difficult to tell if it's a bite or not, but it does look like one. Other rod is not moving at all, and that one is nearly getting pulled out the rod stand. I'll get this other rig baited, and then we'll have a look. Still really mild. But yeah, it's just a shame with the tides really today. But it's midweek, this is when I go fishing. Not a lot of choice. Could have gone to Sandown. I did think about going to Sandown, but... Right, there we are. Finally got a spare rig sorted. I think I'm going to reel that one in and have a little nose. It's pulled around quite a lot to the left compared to the other one, and they're both out at about the same distance, so could be that there's a fish on. Let's have a look. Oh, it's under a lot of tension. There's nothing on there. Nothing on there at all. Oh, there it is. It's a weed. Just weed. Yeah, I'm going to be fighting this for a little bit, I think. Just keep them in close. Hopefully a bream will turn up. Weed always eases up after the first hour or so. Trouble is, I've always done better for the bream at distance here. And I can't chuck it very far because of the tide, but I think it looks like there's a little bit of a swirl out there. So I think on the next cast, I'm going to have a go and put a little bit more distance on it. We'll see what happens. It'll probably just shoot off, but it's definitely worth a go. We've still got some daylight, and while there's daylight, there's definitely a chance of a bream.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Right, let's try and give this one a little bit of welly. Get it out in the tide, but I am going to walk down here because undoubtedly it is going to move. Right, let's give it a bit of a swing. Let's get it out there. Let's let out a load of line because that is going to want to move. Right, let's change this one up as well. Don't think I've got too many casts before it goes completely dark, so I want to try and maximise. Oh, it's got in there, I think, that one. Oh, no. I think I got it out. Yeah, I got it out. Might have lost the snood. Because what I try to do is, when fishing places like here, use a weaker snood. So if you do get a snag, you can try and break free. But we got that one out. Oh, hello. All right, mate. Got a pout in amongst all of that. There we go. Second species of the evening, buried in amongst all that weed. There's a little pouting. This guy, unfortunately, coming up from so deep, so quick, he's ballooned a little bit, so I'll be using this one for bait. But it's nice to get a little bit free bait to go with all the other bits and bobs anyway. Hopefully, maybe we'll get a conger or something on this later. Right, Nick's just got here as well. He's had a strap conger straight away in his first cast, but we still got a tiny little bit of light, so we're both seeing if we can't try and winkle a bream out. I think we've just got to the nice part of the tide where it doesn't seem to be running quite so hard, but I think basically these are going to be my last casts for a minute anyway with the scratching rigs or bream rigs. And then we're gonna, next one I'm gonna bait up with something a bit bigger. There we go, look at that. Whole joey, ready to go out on a pulley. 3.0 big mouth extra and a 3.0 circle hook. Let's start switching it over to the bigger baits now. Hopefully we can get another decent sized fish out. Sky is looking beautiful behind me tonight. Hopefully it won't rain. I don't think it's due to, but never know. It was absolutely hammering it down yesterday. Yeah, it'd be nice to try and get a conger, maybe a ray. Oh, there we go. What's that? Right when I'm talking, get a nice little bite. I've already had one hook bitten off there. It's just went again and missed that. Don't know what that is. Could be a little strap conger. I don't think it's a bream. I think there's something there. Feels like there's something there. Might be a dogfish. Ah, nothing. Nothing at all. Nice big whole joey. Come on. Right, let's get this whole joey out. Let's walk up, get it up tied a little bit, because I'm slightly concerned I'm going to get into a bit of a tangle. That rod is directly in front of me. Right, let's get these. Get one of these scratching rigs away. I've put one back out there. I said I did have a bite a minute ago. I missed it, but I don't think it was a bream. And although I know a few do come out of here, it's not massively prolific in the evening, in dark, whereas some other venues will throw them up in the dark. So I'm going to get another pearly pennel, I think, and then I might bait up a dongle rig and rotate through those 3 rigs. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, it's definitely fishing out there now. Hopefully it won't be too long before we get another bite. But I've just done up the pulley, so I've done another pulley pennel, and on that I've got half a sardine. There we go. Half a sardine and a piece of squid. So I've just taken the tail and the head off the sardine, cut it straight down the middle, so sharing the guts on each fillet, and then wrapped it up on my baiting tool. It's a bit hard to show in the dark, to be honest, so, but I'm sure you know what I'm getting at. But yeah, just wrapped it together and then whacked it with a 3.0 big mouth extra and a 3.0 circle hook. And for my dongle rig, because why not, I've just got two frozen black lug here, folded them over. I'm going to bind them together, and down there I've got a squid head and guts, which I'm also going to whip. Here we go. Whip up the side of it. Might even be a bit of a big bait, to be honest, but we'll give it a go anyway. Why not? And then I've got a 3.0 full circle dongle rig, 300-pound braid, and then we'll clip that down with an imp. Effectively it's the same as a pulley rig. It is a pulley rig really, just with a different hook setup. I did really well on the hounds with the dongle rigs, but everybody swears by them for rays and codling. I mean, I'm chucking this out for anything. Dogfish, who cares? If I get another couple of fish tonight, I'll be quite happy. Be nice to take home something for the table, but it doesn't always go like that, does it? So with the dongle, just put that hook right in the top, the circle hook, and then the braid goes down the length. Then that braid goes all the way down, and then there's a loop in the braid that will go in my imp. And there we are. That is what it looks like when it's baited up. And because it's a circle hook and only a single circle hook, anything that gets hooked on that is going to be relatively easy to unhook. It's not going to be deep hooked. It's not going to, you know, a hook in the mouth is damaging a fish, let's face it, but it won't damage it quite as much. So let's see how we get on. Yeah, there we go, look. Barely hit the bottom. It's not a massive bite, but it is a bite. It's quite a big bait. Yeah, there we go. Getting slack lined, I think, at the minute. Massively slack lined. Oh yeah, that's on. Right, let's have a look. Oh, is it? No way. How did I miss that? Have I missed it? Look at that. Pouting on that lovely sardine and squid bait. Oh, right, I'm going to see if Nick wants one. I've got one, so I'm going to see if Nick wants this one. And I might put out some pouting on the very next cast. Do you want to pout, mate? Oh, yes. So there we go, head and guts all bound together. 5-0 this time, big mouth extra, 5-0 circle, £100 rig body, £100 snood. Let's see if there's something big out there, shall we? Yeah, it'd be nice to get a reasonable sized conger. Let's set a target of a fish over £5 would be lovely tonight. Right, let's get it out. See what we can get. Right, it's nice now. It's literally hitting the bottom straight away. So it does mean we haven't got quite as much tide running, but there's definitely movement out there, and we're in a very deep water venue. So with any luck, we'll still get a few bites. Right, let's bait up another pulley. Maybe with a fillet off that pouting. Oh, hang on, babe. Sorry, I just had a slackline bite. Hang on, stay there. Oh, I got something on here, Nick. Yeah. Oh, no. No, it just came off. Oh, no, it didn't. This is on a squid and black lug. Oh, it did just come off. Oh, damn it. Massive slackline bite. Reeled in, it was there. Then it must have swam towards me. Then it started stopping me. Then I thought it went light. Then it went heavy. And then it came off. Right, let's get another rig sorted out. Oh, I've been nattering. Right. Yeah. Let's get on it, shall we? Oh, gutted. Yeah, it's on the phone. On the phone, massive slack line. Yeah, it came off. But anyway, got another one out there now. I'm going to rebait that rig. Yeah, that was a squid and black lug as well. But we won't dwell on what might have been. We'll just get another rig baited and just keep fishing. It's much more fishable now, really quite easy. I don't know what the time is, but we're not going to be a million miles away from the bottom of the tide, so hopefully we get that turn. It's going to push quite hard again, I imagine, but yeah, it should certainly turn some fish on. and that wind is picking up as well. It's blowing right into our face northerly at the moment. Due to be gusting like low 20s later, so if it gets too uncomfortable, then we'll just jack it. Oh, wait. Something took that pout head. Yeah. I was just watching it bouncing a couple of times. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Well, something took the pout head in the end. Conger. Right, let's get this unhooked. No giant. Oh, but it's going to be nice to unhook. There we go. There we go. Probably, I don't know, maybe 2.5, £3. Certainly not a massive one. But the way it pulled the rod over, I really thought I was into something a bit bigger than that. But let's chuck this back in. Let's get another bait out there. Well, that's cool though. That's on that free bait. I mean, that's on that pouting head. So we've had 3 species so far tonight, which is not too bad going, really. Very lucky smooth hound at the beginning, but right, let's see what else we can get. So Nick was just saying he thinks the tide's already turned. So this one, I need to sort of cast a little bit to my left, but not too much that I might overcast Nick. So I'll probably just chuck it straight in front of me, to be honest. Keep it safe. Oh, the other one's going now, look. Right, let's get this one out. We'll let that one try and settle. Definitely looked like I had a bit of a nibble on that right hand rod. I need to rebait this other rig. It's a 5.0 as well, so I'm going to change it back to a 3.0 panel. And then, yeah, get ready to bait up some more pouting, I think. So I've just baited up another Joey, and for that big 5.0, I'm going to bait up a fillet of pouting. So I've taken both the fillets off that pouting, so I'll get 3 nice big baits out of it. And everyone says congers and specifically undulate rays really like pouting. So I'm wrapping up one of those fillets with some squid. I'm going to put that on the 5.0. There we go. Look at that. I'm pretty happy with that. It's a pretty big bait for me. I don't normally fish with really sort of big hooks, but in the last couple of sessions I've been using some 5.0s. Really, because you know, I know there's some sort of big undulates out there and there's some big congers out there as well, so I'm kind of sort of fishing with the anticipation that, you know, potentially there could be a big fish. But I am mixing it up. I'm still fishing with 3.0s as well, because I would like to also catch fish, but that conger just took that 5.0. Oh, hello. Got some weight here. I think there might be a fish on this. Either I've picked up some crap. Let's have a look. We've got another strap conger, bit smaller than the last one, but let's chuck this one and hopefully there won't be too many. If I get any more, I won't show you, I'll just tell you about it. Well, I'm going to tempt fate by bringing you back. The rain has kind of eased off a little bit, but I just had a nice bite on the left hand rod. Just having a natter to Nick, just looked over and it started to go, so came running over and switched the camera back on. Slightly damper than I was when I last spoke to you, and I'm a little bit lighter in lead as well. So basically, as that tide swung round, somebody moved the leads, and it was definitely a line snag because I could feel it as I was coming up. But I'm fishing straight through tonight, being as I'm fishing here. So it is literally £25 straight down to my rig. But yeah, it went and then it's not. So it could be that it's a small conger again. There's another chap fishing just down there as well. It looks like he might actually be into a fish. Yeah, he is. Not sure what it is. Looked like a dogfish, but I'm not sure. So it's just about to bait up half a sardine on a dongle. Oh, it's weather. Right, there we go. Half a sardine. Let's get this one out. It's quite hard because we're casting right into the wind now. That wind's picked right up. Oh, and then comes that rain again. What we got here? Got something. Either that's just a big ball of weed. Oh, another strap. Oh, right, I've just given the lens a bit of a wipe down because it's getting really wet. But yeah, just had another strap conger eel. Gonna get this one off. Have another cast or two. And then see what we're gonna do because the weather's awful at the moment. And I'm really not dressed to get wet. Oh, just a tiny little break in the rain. Nick's gone. I mean, I'm pretty soaked through, to be honest, but I had one sardine left and I thought, do you know what? Let's not waste it. Let's chuck it out. It's absolutely oozing with blood and oils and scent. So I'm not going to whack it out very far, but let's just get it out. It's the last cast. I can't even remember what I've got on the other rig, on the other rod. But let's just chuck them out anyway and see if we can get another fish. See, I've just probably stuck it out maybe like 50 or 60 yards. Got two ledges here. And one of them's in quite close, maybe 40 yards out. So I'm just over the other side of it. Or I think I am anyway. And I'm thinking if anything sort of patrolling up that way, hopefully it will come across my bait and whack it. But yes, it's not raining anymore. I'm cold. This is gonna be the earliest I've gone home for ages. But in all fairness, I've flown through my bait. I've gone through the whole pack of joeys and the whole pack of sardines. Half a pack of squid and a whole wrap of black. So been getting plenty of bites. Missed a couple, dropped a couple off camera while I've been having it all covered up. But a nice bite, reeled it all the way in and it swung right round, so it's right under the wall. And yes, just pinged out of its mouth, whatever it was. Could have just been another conger. Like I said, I've had 3 strap congers tonight. Looks like we could be getting a bite on the right hand rod. That's the Zolkron. Really enjoyed using that rod tonight. And if anyone wants to have a go, just so you can have a feel, Nobby has got some demo Zolkron rods. He's got one of each in there. That, providing you're trustworthy, obviously, he'll let you take them out and try them, see what you think. Try before you buy, which is really, really great. It definitely feels different to my other rods. You can feel that there's a lot of power in it. Whether or not I'm getting the best out of it is another thing, but it's really nice to fish with. But yeah, I'm going to take it out for another couple of goes. Hopefully try and get something big on it. Although I did get that smooth hound on it, first cast. So it's really quite off-putting. So, as you saw in the footage earlier, the old fort of Fort Victoria is right behind me, and some of them have got museums in. There's other little things in some of the buildings. and one of them's obviously got, you know, a light with a movement sensor, and there's obviously no one in them at this time of night, but one of them keeps coming on and then going off, and then coming on and then going off. And then the more you think about it, the more you get the chills. So I probably won't be giving it too much longer, to be honest. There you go, just gone back on again. I think that's my cue to pack one of my rods away. I'll leave that whole sardine out for a bit longer, but I'm going to pack this one away because everything is drenched. Well, I'm going to bring this one in now. It's been out there for probably 20 minutes, half an hour, and it literally has not moved. It's such a shame with the weather. You really cannot rely on it at all at the moment. Oh, it's completely untouched. Unbelievable. Looks like it hasn't even been in the water. So I was gonna go, and I've literally just did a sign off, but that sardine came back and it was barely touched. And because I kept it in close in the last cast, I've hit it as hard as I possibly can. So it's now out there, because that's where I was getting all the bites before. So I've chucked it back out. I'm going to give it 10 minutes. Oh, there we go. So end of session. Didn't get one on the last cast, unfortunately. Thanks for sticking with it to the end. If you've made it to the end and you haven't already subscribed, then please do. It's much appreciated. Your support has been amazing throughout this whole sort of fishing journey of mine. If you like the tip lights and you like the look of some of my rigs, then please don't forget to check out some of the links in the description. And yeah, I'm going to figure out where I'm going to head to on my next session. But yeah, I've actually really enjoyed tonight. We've got into a few fish. Maybe not the monsters that we might have hoped for, but certainly it's been quite a busy one. We've got a smoothhound straight off the bat, which I really wasn't expecting. And then we've probably had 3 or 4 strap congers and a couple of pouting. So yeah, all in all, not bad really. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. And until the next one, please take care, stay safe, and maybe I'll see you out there. Cheers.